Right, hello and welcome back to another video. Today back with another match preview. This time it's Swansea City versus Birmingham City in the Sky Bet Championship at the Swansea.com Stadium, 3 PM kickoff this Saturday then. So before we get into our thoughts, we have got a Birmingham City fan on James, who's featured on our channel many times before, to give you his thoughts ahead of the game from a Birmingham City fan's perspective. So yeah, before we get into our part, we'll hand it over to him.
So Swansea City versus Birmingham City. My club, Birmingham City, are currently on the worst run of form in the Championship, losing the last 5 games. Of course, you lost Michael Obafemi to Burnley on deadline day, I believe it was, or a couple of days before that. We've got some players to look out for. Kadra being one of them. Since he's come in on loan, he's been absolutely immense. Yeah, I mean, I can't really say that we've got many players to watch out for. I mean, Scott Hogan, he's got 10 goals, but he hasn't scored in his last couple of games. The last 2 times that we've played you guys at your ground, it's been a 0-0 draw, but I do think you'll get the better of us. I think we're having a torrid season. So I'm going to go with Swansea 2, Birmingham City 0. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, massive thanks to James for featuring on our channel. His link will be down in the description, so go subscribe to him.
Right, so now onto our part then. So obviously this is going to be a tough game, you know, it always is a tough game against Birmingham. It's always tough against any team in the Championship. But, you know, once again, Swansea City didn't have a very, you know, active transfer window. Obviously, we did have a few players go out. Obviously, Michael Obafemi, Jordan Garrick, a few other players as well that have departed. But, you know, we didn't bring anyone in, which is, you know, not very promising. But, you know, I'm kind of used to it, but it shouldn't be the case. You know, I was going to make a video debating talking about the owners, but it's not worth my time and effort, really, is it? But that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, this is going to be a tough game. Obviously, Russell hasn't really been back, so you know he's got to use what he's got, really. But yeah, I think we can win this game, but it is going to be tough, especially when we haven't made any signings. But what's your thoughts going into this game?
I don't think it's going to be a hard game. I don't think it's going to be an easy game either. Birmingham's a team that haven't won in the last 5 games. They're in really bad form at the moment. You know, we can't really see anything either. You know, our form hasn't exactly been great. Yeah, I think losing Obafemi, I think it's something that needed to happen. I thought his attitude was absolutely horrendous in the end, and I felt like we just had to move him on. It's a shame we didn't really bring in a replacement for him, or even Stephen Bender in goal, because obviously he's injured now, and that's also a massive loss. So now we have to deal with Andy Fisher in goal, who's not a terrible keeper, but he's not as good as Stephen Bender overall, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's not going to be an easy game. Very interested to see what the squad's going to be like, and I'm very interested to see what Russell Martin will say in his next interview about, you know, Obafemi leaving and, you know, about the transfer news and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, it's a game I'm really looking forward to. I think they'll bring a lot of fans down. Yeah, I think it'll be an even game. I think it'll be an end-to-end game. And yeah, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, obviously now onto the injury news. So starting off with the Swans, Luke will give you the Swans injury news.
Yeah, first one, it's obviously Liam Walsh and Stephen Bender, who got injured against QPR. So those are 2 injuries for the Swans.
Yeah, obviously Walsh is back on the training ground, but I don't think he'll be in contention for another week or so. But yeah, now on to Birmingham's injury news then. So they've got 2 players out. One of them is Harley Dean, and the second one is, I believe, is Plachetta. That's how you pronounce it. But now going on to the key players then. So if there's any Birmingham fans watching this, these are the players I think you need to look out for. Number 1, I'm going to go with Joel Perreault. He's been one of our better players this season. You know, hasn't reached the heights that he did last season, but still a great player nonetheless. Secondly, I'm going to go with the other Joel Latibodiere. I think he's been excellent this season, and you know he's proved a lot of our fans wrong, to be honest with you. You know, he's still got a dodgy game in there now and then, but I think, you know, overall he's proved that he's a very good player at this level. And thirdly, I'm going to go with Matt Grimes, who in my opinion is our most influential player. But would you add anyone else?
I have 2 players, the usual ones that I normally have. First one's Ryan Manning. I do really hope he signs an extension. Whether that'll happen or not is obviously down to him. I think he was phenomenal. I think he played very, very well against QPR. I thought he played absolutely superb in that game. I think 2 other players I'll go for Jay Fulton. I think every single game he always plays very well, makes a lot of tackles, wins the ball back. He's good at going forward as well as defending. You know, he's got a good strike on him as well. Got that goal against QPR. And I think another player I'm going to go for is Luke Cundorf. We had an absolutely superb game against QPR. He was there, I think, in my opinion, he was our man of the match in that game. I thought he was absolutely superb. I thought he was our best player. And hopefully he can try and keep performing like that for the rest of the season for us. But yeah, those are the 3 players I'll add to that list.
Yeah, and then for Birmingham, firstly, I'm going to go with Hannibal Mabry, obviously on loan from Man United, a youngster. Secondly, I'm going to go with Tahith Chong, obviously permanently joined from Man United now. And thirdly, I'm going to go with Jude Bellingham's younger brother, Jobe Bellingham. But would you add anyone else?
Oh yeah, I'll add Troy Deeney. Obviously he's got that experience. You know, he loves to go against the Swans as well. He scored against us back in, I think it was December when we last played against Birmingham away. And I remember he got that goal in the last few minutes from a set piece, which is very annoying. But yeah, he's a very, very good player. You know, a very, very good striker. So I'll add him to that list.
Yeah, and then now the team lineup we're going to go with then. So obviously, because Bender's injured, in goals Andy Fisher, right wing back Matty Sorinola, left wing back Ryan Manning, 3 centre backs of Joel Latibodia, Nathan Wood, and Harry Darling, 3 in midfield Matt Grimes, Joe Allen, and Jay Fulton. Ollie Cooper just a bit ahead, and then Joel Perot leading the line up top. But what's your lineup?
Oh yeah, I'll go for a slightly different formation. I think we should stick with a 4 back because it does tend to work rather than a 5 back. So yeah, in goal I'll go for Andy Fisher as well. Right back I'll go for Joel Latibodia. Left back I'll go for Ryan Manning. 2 centre backs I'll go for Harry Darling and Bengabango. 3 in midfield Fulton, Grimes, and Joe Allen. And then the 3 up top I'll go for Ollie Cooper and Cam, and then the 2 up front I'll go for Joel Perot, and I'm going to bring in Morgan Whittaker to play up front with him because I think he deserves an opportunity in the first team.
Yeah, obviously, finally on to score predictions then. So I'm going to say Swansea City 2, Birmingham City 1, Troy Deeney, Joel Perot, and Liam Cullen. But what about you?
I think Swans could definitely win this game. I'm going to go for Swansea City 3, Birmingham City 1. I think Deeney will definitely score against us, no doubt. And for us, I reckon Joel Perot will get a brace, and I think Morgan Whittaker will get on the score sheet.
Yeah, obviously a massive thanks for watching this. We will be back tomorrow, finally, after 2 weeks break, so we will be doing a matchday vlog. So obviously a massive thanks for watching this, and stay tuned for tomorrow.